Directed to the Prime Minister. I've been seeing the work that's done at St. Jude's. Last time, I think some at St. Jude's and they got lost. I don't know. I'm leader of the opposition. I just need you to let us know where do we stand. St. Jude's going to be open. I've been paying so much. Okay, so that's all I need to find.
Okay, I want to tell you something about St. Jude. You know, there's been a lot of downright lies. And it's not a word, it's not a very diplomatic word to use. But there are a lot of lies about St. Jude. Lies. L-I-E-S. Mensures. By keep halfway about St. Jude. Before I let the minister explain to you where we are at St. Jude's, let me tell you something. You heard some people tell you that the box was 6 months away from completion. Now, I mean, let's be realistic and let's forget about everything else. Do you think what you saw on TV, leaking, water coming through it, with not one partition, could be 6 months away from completion? In the box, ask them where the kitchen would be. Ask them in the box where the offices would be. Ask them in the box where the laundry would be. But they repeat all the time, and that's hurtful, that the box was 6 months away from completion. Now, when you tell people that, you believe the people are stupid and you're trying to fool them. Because you know not even a regular dwelling house can be built within 6 months unless you really push. You have a place that's leaking. You don't have one partition in there. You don't have one piece of equipment in there. You have no pipes in there. You have no air conditions in there. But you said it'll be finished in 6 months. What these guys were doing is that the box could not stand on its own. You remember that they demolished 2 buildings. You remember that? You know, because again, they want you to forget that. Do you remember that they put a tractor in 2 buildings there? Remember that? So they had the box, but they had to use the other buildings to add to the box. The box could not function as itself, by itself, as a hospital. You must ask them where would they put the kitchen. So they give you all kinds of stories. They said that the hospital, and you know, these guys say things and they forget. But you must remind them. Remember they told you that they would have the hospital downstairs and upstairs for tourists? No, but serious. Yes, they told you that the downstairs would be for locals and upstairs would be for tourists where they would pay. Different things. Then they tell you they'll have a helicopter at the top. No concrete roof. No concrete roof, but a helicopter at the top. Here's what we did. And I want you to listen carefully because the minister will tell you where we are. When we came into government, you know, I never professed to be an engineer. I never professed to be an architect. I never professed to know everything. These guys know everything. They come from nowhere and they become engineer, they become contractor, they become architect, they become doctor, they become psychologist, they become everything. Somebody vote for them, so they are everything. What we did is that we formed a committee. No politician. No politician in the committee. And you know, as the election is near on a Monday, we have to remind you we have to remind you of where this country was because they want you to forget. I have to remind you. We have to remind you. We didn't just stay there and say what we're doing, you know. We formed a committee, no politician, no government minister. And the committee said to us that we should continue work on the existing site. These guys left the site with bats, with grass. These guys left these buildings for 2 years. They didn't do anything on it. Goats, sheep, cochon. Paddy about share, is it there? Lord blame mettez-moi en trois cas. Pas dit rien about chien. Même si vous êtes chien en meeting, pas rien. Si vous êtes chien, bon meeting, pas dit rien.
After you apologize.
You guys do apologize. So say nothing about that tonight, please. Pas They left these buildings. They left these buildings. And you must remember that. Make them remember. They left these buildings to rot for 2 years. Wicked. They left it grass. All kind of things on these buildings. And they come and tell you they'll give a state-of-the-art hospital in 6 months. But why in the 6 months you didn't fix the buildings?
Ask them.
And you must ask these guys these questions. You must ask them because they peddle these things and the surrogates peddle the same nonsense.
I'll ask them on Monday.
And I guess sometimes I get annoyed when I hear people repeat that nonsense as if they don't remember what they had before. So when the committee decided we were doing that, we started ourselves. We said we would use 2 of the buildings, physiotherapy and dialysis, and we'd use the west wing of the hospital for the administration, for the kitchen, for the laundry, for the surgical, and for the medical. And if you go there now, you will see the work that has been done at the hospital. But I'll tell you something. You cannot just, and you know, you cannot just take people and put them in a hospital. You have to have the buildings ready for the hospital. First, you have to have the equipment. You have to have the administrative situation. You have to have the computer networks. You have to have the surgical wards. Everything is ready. And the minister will tell you where we are. We are at a stage now where the construction work in the hospital is done. And you can see it for yourself. We are right now at the stage where we are moving in the equipment. State of the art, that's what you call state of the art. Plus, Kikakule, looking at state of the art. We're moving into that stage where we put in the equipment. We formed what is called a commissioning body. And we're not boasting about it. Now we're playing politics with it because we agree that this hospital has taken too long to be completed. We agree with that. So that's why you see we don't go ahead and say St. Julie finish in July, or in August and September. Because we know that the people of St. Lucia need the hospital. So what's happening now is that the hospital is ready for commissioning. Is ready for commissioning. We are going to begin
quickly. I'll tell you that the infrastructure, the buildings, the rooms, and I don't have to speak too much about that. Parce que uzawele, yadiza muchui, Moi, c'est Lucia Times, Kamouchoui, tout le monde Kamouchoui. So, c'est mensonge là, yo ka dit about l'hôpital là. Ou ka wey pourquoi ça pas vrai.